but we would expect a slightly low scoring contest, 125 to 135, an average score. Well, it might have been overall in the history, but the modern day of T20 cricket has really changed a lot. As we have seen once before, even scores in excess of 200 being chased somewhere out there in the world quite comfortably. So we will wait and see how this one pans out.
Well, absolutely, Piyush. Good to see the two openers coming out there as well, along with the umpires and the fielding side, which is the Austrian side. The on field umpires for today's game, Mark Jameson and Vinay Malhotra, will be the officiating umpires for this contest as well. And of course, third umpire, the TV umpire, is Sunil Gowda, who is going to operate for this first T20 international match between Germany and Austria as well. Just to keep all our viewers tangled in into this as well, we've got 5 T20Is. It's going to be a double header today. The first match starting off at 10:30 local time. Then, of course, soon after, we're going to have a short break, and then we'll start off with the second T20 International as well.
Well, outwalk the two openers. It seems like it's going to be the left hand right hand combination out there for the Germans. And straight away, maybe just wanting to apply some pressure by asking the fielders to move around and ask the bowler to keep on changing his line and length every now and then.
Well, it's going to be Ben who's going to come out to bat here. He's going to take strike for the first ball here. Still waiting for a few more minutes before we can start off with official play here. Really set up to be a wonderful contest out here as well. As the Austrians who've got the toss in their favor. Now it's a big opportunity for them to strike early in this power play as well. Just getting everything
Well,
sorted is the umpire. And we should be starting off in just a short while from now as well. Piyush, what do you reckon? What's a good score in the power play here in the first six? Because it's a fresh wicket as well, and you can see it's an early start, the first match of this series. What do you think should be the first way to go for the two openers?
well, as per the modern day cricket, it's been crazy, hasn't it? You see the opening batters just come in and smash the ball around. Not sure if that can be the case out here today because it's pretty sunny out there. We might see some assistance for the Pacers, as we can see straight away with the new ball. It's going to be Basir to start off the innings. So maybe somewhere around 45 without losing a wicket would be good. A good total in the power play. Starting off with the white down the leg side.
Well, Basir starts off with the new ball for Austria as well. Starts off with the wide, and the account is all open for the German squad. Start off with a wide down the leg side as well. Here comes Basir again, coming over the wicket to the left-hander Ben. It's a beautiful delivery, just flicks it on the onside, and that will be the first runs off the bat from Ben Kohler Cadmore as well. Of course, the younger brother to Tom Kohler Cadmore. And Piyush, we all know how exciting of a talent Tom is, and of course Ben, who's recently come into this German circuit as well, now looks to create his mark here.
Yes, definitely that flick on the leg side shows a lot of confidence straight away as well. With that in swinger, playing that one nicely on that leg side, taking that single, getting off the mark. And always, usually, you see the batters trying hard for the first run and they get it quite comfortably, does Ben.
Here comes Basir once again. Flicks it on the onside once again, and that is going to be a dot ball. Plays it straight towards the mid-on fielder. It's going to be a good start this from the Austrian bowlers. They've got a slip in place as well. As you can see, a very, very decent field. We've got two fielders on the onside for Basir with the new ball. That's much more better in line and length as well. You can see that he's trying to hit the good length mark as well, Piyush, and that's the way to go in these first six.
Yes, definitely. The batters, well, they will eventually mistime something or maybe not find the middle of the bat, especially with the windy and the breezy conditions out there. The bowler will get a lot of assistance.
Here he comes again. It's a beautiful shot. Elegant shot straight down the ground, and that's gone all the way as well. Beautifully played from Shahid Afridi. It was much more fuller than the previous one, and Basir has to pay the price for that one as well.
Well, he is lived up to his name, hasn't he? Shahid Afridi. Second ball, six. Well, this time it's not the legendary Shahid Afridi. It's the new man coming in here for Germany. Straight away, marking his intent and showing that he can really powerhouse through these first six overs.
That was the first six of this series. It was an absolute beautiful shot. Very, very elegant as it looked. Straight face off the bat. This time he's cut that one. And there is protection out there in the deep as well. It will just be a single, but a brilliant start from Shahid Afridi here, Piyush.
Yes, definitely, and that will give him a lot of confidence, especially early on in the innings. And an interesting field setup as well. There's a sweeper on the offside and also a deep mid wicket, so no one behind square, which is an interesting ploy, especially with the pacer operating in this very first over.
Here comes Basir once again. Oh, that's a beautiful shot on the onside, this time from the left hander. And one bounce, it goes towards the boundary as well. So, boundaries for both these players. And at the end of the first over, it is 12 for none.
Well, that was a brilliant shot, wasn't it, by Ben? Well, he reminded me of someone like George Munsey from Scotland. He is also someone who opens the innings, plays inside the power play, and has that big swing towards the leg side. And that shot, well, it showed a lot of power and, well, definitely showed a lot of character as well, which they need inside the first six here, the Germans.
Well, absolutely. What a brilliant start in the first over. Just the kind of start that the German squad would have hoped for as well. Really nicely played by both the openers. A left hand, right hand combination, always a beneficial combination for a side that is starting off. And the bowler just got a bit deflated actually by that first shot from Shahid Afridi as well. 13 runs coming in from that first Basir over. Here comes Guraya coming in over the wicket to Shahid Afridi as well. Plays it off the back foot this time. No runs taken. There's a huge ring of fielders on the offside as well.
Well, yes, usually you see that inside the power play, keeping that tight field. Only two fielders allowed outside the end innings, so an opportunity for the batters, and that's exactly what he has done. Just lofted it on that leg side, and it finds the boundary. So another one for Shahid Afridi. Excellent piece of batting this.
Well, this is brilliantly played. This time just flicks it on the onside, does the right hander. Up and over the infield. And he gets a boundary once again. Shahid Afridi has stormed himself to 11 runs of just 5 deliveries, striking at over 200 as well. Just the kind of start that he was hoping for. And Zishan is just a touch slower than how Bashir was as well. Might have to face some issues here with this carnage that Shahid Afridi and Ben Colocadmo have come up with. This time, just a bit shorter from the bowler, and they'll pick up 2 runs. Good running between the wickets. Ben looking to get the third as well, but it was never on.
Yes, definitely. It's a very positive start this for the Germans, and it seems like they are thinking much more in excess of 150 straight away. 19 on the board already after 1.5 overs, and Zishan, well, he's just wanting to make sure that his field is set correctly. Well, these are short boundaries as well, remember. So it is an opportunity for the batters to try and get some quick runs. Try and get those boundaries in those fours and sixes. We have already seen one six already. Two fours as well. One of the bat of Ben, one of the bat of Shahid Afridi as we continue here. And once again, it's been picked up over the infield on the offside. That will run away to the fence as well. This is excellent by Shahid Afridi.
Well, Piyush, just the way that he's playing on the offside, it's just so good to watch. Just a touch bit of room from Zishan, the bowler here, and he cuts that one away up and over the point fielder, and another boundary for Shahid Afridi, who's just absolutely creating carnage out here in Crefeld as well.
Yes, this is absolutely brilliant by Shahid Afridi. And usually you see one of the batters trying to go for the boundaries, but at the moment it's both of them, and that's another one once again perfectly into the gap. And it seems like it's too easy out there for Shahid Afridi.
Well, he's very strong, square at the wicket on both sides of the field as well. And that's exactly what he's showcasing to all our viewers as well. Beautiful cut shot yet again. Almost a replica of the previous one, just that this one was much more grounded than the previous one. And Zishan has a lot of worries now, as he's not quite sure whether he should bowl the middle stump line because he's flicking him as well.
Well, that's a much better delivery, and Shahid Afridi will smartly takes the single and keeps the strike. He will retain it for the next over. Well, that is now the end of the second. 15 runs coming off that one. It's 28 without a wicket.
28 runs in the first two overs, making maximum use of this power play as well. Ben Kohler Cadmo might be wondering when he'll get strike because he's just faced two out of those 12 deliveries. And he's not done much wrong as well. He scored five of his two. Whereas Shahid Afridi is absolutely cruising on the other end. 22 of 10 at a strike rate of 220 for him. Three boundaries and a maximum for the right hander as well, along with a couple of twos that he's got. And it looks like it's going to be Bashir to continue with the new ball as well. And they persist with that slip in play as well. Here comes Bashir continuing over the wicket to Shahid Afridi as well. This time down the leg side, not the kind of delivery that he would like to bowl here. Well, Piyush, they've not found the length and the line yet, have the Austrian bowlers.
Well, definitely yes, because there is a left hand right hand combination, and usually you see the bowlers struggling up against the left hand right hand combination, be it at any level of cricket, be it international or local level, because you usually bowl to the left hand, and all of a sudden you see a right handed batter, and then you just bowl that wide down the leg side, which is just not in your arc.
This time it's been cut away. The fielder in the deep there does a good job, but they still pick up two runs. This is good running between the wickets from both the batters as well. Well, this is an explosive start from the two openers, Ben Kohler Cadmo and Shahid Afridi as well. Both these openers just proving their worth. And it's been the right-hander who is just hitting the ball to all sides of the park here. But in the end, it's Ben Kohler Cadmo comes up with an absolute stunning shot on the onside. And then he picks up a couple of runs post that as well, and now retains strike for the next over. 49 runs scored in the first three overs. That's a very confident start, as you can call. I think the ball is continuing as well over the wicket. The slip has gone out, Piyush. You reckon that's a good choice from the Austrian captain looking at the approach from the Germans?
Well, not sure exactly. One of those can still just fly through to the slip fielder, and well, they have kept a fly slip though, more like a short third. He's slightly wider now, so we will wait and see. At the moment, they need to hit the lines slightly better.
It's tapped away on the offside, a quick single as well. We've spoken about the running between the wickets between these two batters. The calling has been spot on so far. The German squad looks absolutely switched on for this T20 International. And of course, to all our viewers who've just tuned in, We're going to have 5 T20Is over the next 3 days. This one starting off at 10:30 a.m. local time here in Krefeld, Germany. And of course, the second match is going to start off post this one as well in the afternoon. So a long, long day ahead and an exciting day ahead, I should say, for all the cricket fans out there as well. Here comes the bowler once again, coming over the wicket now to Shahid Afridi, who looks like he's going to go down the wicket and just goes over mid on. That will be another boundary. That was absolutely played with so much of power as well. For a second, you thought mid on was in position to take that catch, but it has just gone over him.
Well, difficult, very difficult to hold on to a catch like that one. Maybe just going through the hands of the fielder just over him. And it seems like Shahid Afridi, he's not going to step back. And why should he? Already the 50 is up as well for the Germans. 54 now, this partnership is worth of just 20 deliveries. And it seems like we are in here for a feast, especially by these two.
Absolutely. Here comes Shahid Afridi once again. Plays that one on the onside. It's high up in the air. And looks like it is going to be another boundary here for Shahid Afridi. Went really high up in the air. And for a second, you thought that the deep mid wicket fielder was in position as well. He was setting himself up to take that catch there, but the ball has just travelled over him as well. Brilliant start, 58 runs on the board, Piyush.
Well, the start just keeps on getting better and better. And just staying in touch with the modern day cricket here. As we see in the modern day cricket in the T20 games, we see the openers scoring in excess of 75, 80 in the first six, and it seems like they're going to get that much here. And well, right on course to post a big, big total. 200, maybe in excess of 200, right on the cards here for the Germans.
Absolutely. With the kind of start that they've got, they should be looking to post that massive target of 200 as well with the left-hander on strike now.
Well, interesting to see how will he bowl, and once again, the length wasn't the great one, and it's been dispatched through that outside. Quite easy that one for Ben Collar Catmore. And runs just keep on flowing. It feels as if almost every single delivery is now going away to the boundary, and it seems like it is going to be a win for the bowler if a delivery does not get smashed to the boundary now.
Well, it's really interesting to see the kind of application that these two batters have gone in with. The left-hander just gives himself a bit of room and hits that one over the infield as well. This is extraordinary batting from both these openers here.
And now a wide down the leg side. Well, that is what happens. The bowler, well, usually you see the bowlers just starting off trying to be attacking, try and take some wickets. But when you are hit for that many runs, the bowler suddenly just changes his mindset, just thinks about how to not get hit for a boundary. And he's tried to keep that one away from the arc. And trying to follow the batter ended up giving away a wide.
Here comes the bowler once again. This time, much better delivery from him as he saw Ben giving himself room once again and he followed the batsman there. That's a brilliant start from the Germans as well as we complete over number 4 here. And both these openers look in hot and blazing form. Both of them have really got to a wonderful start, and the worries for the Austrian captain have just gotten more and more. And as you can see, a change in the bowling attack as well.
Well, yes, they need to try something different. And maybe this will be the ploy to continue with another bowler. Well, two more overs of power play left, and at the moment it seems like it's damage limitation for the Austrians. They would be wanting to try and keep it below 100 at the least inside the power play with the way these two have been batting.
Here comes the bowler over the wicket now. Much more pace on that one, but the pace at which it came, double the pace at which it went away as well. Brilliant bat swing from Ben Colacadmo, and he smacks that one on the offside and he poses for it after hitting that shot once again as well, Piyush.
How good was that? How good was that? Right off the middle of the bat and a no look six through the leg side. Once again, right in the arc for him. And well, a no look six just shows the confidence that the batter has in himself of clearing the park, clearing any park. Well, these are short boundaries, but that one is a six on any ground, mind you.
That was a terrific shot from the left-hander here, as Irfan is the bowler coming over the wicket. Short delivery this time, it's high up in the air. The keeper has called for it, and the keeper takes it as well. That's a brilliant catch from the keeper, but I think Ben is waiting out there just to get a confirmation from the umpire, and it looks like he spilled that one as well. Boy, oh boy, that's a big opportunity that has gone begging here for the Austrian side. And just the way that these two openers were going, Ben scoring 25 of the 9 deliveries and Musadik 44 of 17 from him. He's really been the game changer in this power play for the German side as well. We've got around 10 balls remaining in the power play. Will be very, very interesting as to how many more runs can these two put on the board for their squad as well. Here comes Irfan once again. Short delivery this time, and it will be called as a wide.
Well, what a let off that was, that catch drop. That was the opportunity to break this partnership, to just break the momentum of the Germans. And well, in fact, even the right man underneath it, the man with the gloves, you need the man with the gloves to be underneath a catch like that one. And I just don't know how has he spilled that one. How costly will that prove to be? Only time will tell.
Comes Irfan once again. This time a slower delivery. He's really judged that one well. He's gone down on one knee and he smashed it on the onside. And what a way to bring up the half century for him as well. Musadik smashes that one and an 18 ball half century, as we've seen a display of extreme skill sets from this right hander here, Piyush.
Carnage, total carnage. And picking up the slow one very early, went down on one knee and beautifully hitting that one through that cow corner region. And well, he's not going to step back, is he? He's got his half century. He would be wanting to get even more. Maybe the job is only half done for him now. They are on to a big, big total already. 4.5 overs in, 79 on the board. And this time he's pushed it on the offside, and the fielder has done really well. Well, almost a mix up between the two, and there was a chance at the non striker's end. And I think the throw went to the keeper's end. Well, not quite in control, the fielder. And maybe another let off.
Well, absolutely, Piyush. Musaddiq wants to take the strike here because he knows that he's got a hold of the bowler as well.
Yes, definitely 14 runs coming off 4 deliveries, and once again wanting to pull that one away. That was a much better delivery. Well, that is the variation that they need. A change of pace once again, going slower then quicker, and now slower once again. And he was too early into that shot. Was Musaddiq. He's got 50 of, well, just 20 deliveries now. One more delivery left in this fifth, and this carnage just keeps on continuing. But a couple of dot deliveries, which is big in this context of the game. Last delivery of the fifth, and he's connected that one sweetly, and that will go away to the fence as well. So making up for the couple of dot deliveries, and well, it just keeps on getting back to worse for the Austrians. It is now at the end of the fifth, 83 without a wicket for Germany.
And it was some time since they last met. But all the last four wins have been virtue of chase. So this is after a long time that they are actually batting first. And Austria won by 38 runs when they met around 3 years back. So That will be the kind of homework that all the players are doing. All this action is coming off the European T20 International, being organized by the German Cricket Federation, which is officially known as the Deutsche Cricket Bund. As you see, different camera angle. I don't know how much the perspective has changed for the batsman trying to heave it towards the mid-wicket region. As Amit rightly mentioned, it's such a nice space zone for yourself, isn't it, to be at a calm box and enjoy all this action and rather not try and steal a moment from those two opening batters.
Completely agree. And Mayur, look at the start that they have got. 100 plus partnership in just 6.1 over. And that tells you the development of Germany and Austrian cricket, isn't it?
Bowler running in, it's dropped little short. Just going and eyeing towards the backward square leg region. And 100 has come in with the boundary, the previous ball, all towards the mid wicket region. So, not much impetus they have shown on the running. Isn't it more of just moving along the blocks? But initially, when they started off, it was more of those singles and a couple of runs. They started off with that wide and a single, but after that, as they set their eyes on the pitch, it was so much difficult for the Austrian bowlers. One winning the toss, selected to bowl first, a fresh wicket. Irfan running in again, round the wicket again. The line that you so much talk about. Thankfully, it didn't come off the bat, but only of the pads for that single to give the right-hander Mushadik the half century and back on strike.
Well, for a moment, I thought that he got some bat on it, but there's no contact. Still, if you see at first when they came to bat, they took time, they got to understand the surface. So in the first 2 overs, they were very quiet, but as the game progressed, they were after every bowler, and that's what we have seen from both the batters, especially Musadik, 18 ball half century in the opener of the bilateral series, and also we have seen a drop catch in the fourth over of Ben. That's where Austrian bowler is feeling much difficult now, and as it's a Labor Day, it's a holiday across much of Europe, and what better way to spend it than with some exciting T20 cricket? Austria versus Germany. Mayur 100 up already in 6.4 overs. A big development for Germany.
Yes, absolutely. A big employment. As you talk about employment, it's a labor day, isn't it? You don't want to be running across. You want to just soak in the atmosphere. But again, it's a game of cricket. So you'll have to. Someone has to walk up the runs, isn't it? And Germany, with the strong foundations in the batting that they so much boast about, and not very surprising, I would say, Amit, that these openers have gone on some very good runs, especially after they are now seeing the ball like a huge basketball, isn't it? Like a ball of fire for the opposition. Unfortunately, again, those boundaries coming in. Started off with a boundary, now back-to-back boundaries. Already, he has really splayed over. This could have been a very good ball for the right hander. Unfortunately, he's bowling to Ben, the left hander. So let's see how much they can. So, Amit, predictions for you after the end of 10 overs? How much do you foresee from here on?
Well, I mean, being a commentator, obviously we want to be neutral, but as the game progressed so far, I've seen that both the batters, they are looks very comfortable. They are well set now, and definitely they are looking to score more aggressively. So anything near 140, that's what is going to be the score. And if they play in the similar fashion, they can pass 140. Such a beautiful strike on the onside, and with this boundary, they are finishing the seventh over.
So Germany 1-1-5 for no loss after 7 overs. I was also hinting around 140, 140. I believe probably 145 will be something that they'll be eyeing on. And eventually, if the If the wickets are there, the left and right hand combination upsets keeps on upsetting the Austrians' field setting, also the mindset, of course, because more and more heat will be coming and they'll feel the pressure, not only feel the pressure on the field, but also of the blazing sun. but but let's just look on how they have just reflected on the initial 7 overs. Again, time is also of the essence. They need to finish it within the allotted time which has been given them. So it's so very important that they now come to terms. They change their strategy. As you can see, the spinner getting employed. It will be for the right-hander Musadik. 60 not out of 24, and I'm sure he'll not be thinking too much of where the field setting is. It's more of like I did remember Sir Vivian Richards, talking about different captains. He said wherever you put the field settings, it doesn't matter for me. Now you can see that wide sleeve has moved on towards the short fine leg. So he'll try and spin this more in the advantage category, I think, on the off middle. So needs to be very careful. Flighting, look at that. Invitation was there for Musadik to open up his arms. Not a fielder's move. Everyone looking at one direction. And the umpire says, I'll do the rest. Signals both his hands towards the blue sky. 121 for Nolo. This has to be one of the most massive six that you have seen in the day, isn't it, Amit?
Yeah, rightly said. It's a stand and deliver. Pitched up, and the best part that he connected, and this time from the back foot. It was pre-planned. He knew exactly where the bowler gonna bowl because the previous delivery was the fuller one, and this time he waited on the back foot, cuts really hard, and gets a boundary. Incredible piece of batting from Musadik. The first one we have seen the straight and a maximum, and this time from the back foot. That's a wonderful piece of batting. He's not only scoring on the onside, is a good player playing across the ground, and that's where he's looking a solid opener. And this time, when he got runs on the first two balls, now tapping it on the onside, getting a single, and that's a clever batting. Already got 11 runs in the first three, and now rotating the strike, inviting Ben, who's on 49 in just 18 balls, who's also following the footstep of Mosadik.
126 for no loss. Now for the left-hander. And then Ben just a single away from his half century. And remember at how many balls did Musadik get it? He also got in 18 deliveries. So let's see how much he can batter on. So he has to have one more ball, of course, more than him. But both of them now getting the sense of responsibilities. They've already started off well, like a house on fire. Germany, the number 35th in the rankings in T20, going for the sweep shot. Doesn't get it. One of those moments, isn't it, where Austrians will be feeling that we are purchasing gold here. Runs are coming thick and fast. They're not being able to drive it up. As Mohammad Bilal continues over the wicket. Started off with a six, then a boundary, then a single, then a dot. And now nice as he plays it towards a short mid-wicket vision. And hits his half century. Ben here, 50 of just 20 deliveries. Sure, his colleagues at the dugout will be giving a resounding applause. And well deserved, isn't it, Amit?
Surely it well deserved. Wonderful piece of batting. And also, at first we have seen he was quiet because Musadik, who was taking the strike, but when he got the opportunity, he goes after it. Well, 8 over gone, 128 without any loss. Germany. 148 runs already on the board in 9 overs. And cricket is rapidly growing across Europe, and Germany is one of the leading associate nation. They are currently at 35th position in the world, Austria at 42. So a competitive European clash on the card, but so far we have seen Germany dominating this game. Both the openers, they are on fire. They have dropped a catch of when he was in 30s, and now he is at 59, just 23 balls. Mohammad Bilal bowling his third over, creating room for himself, cuts really hard from the back foot, piercing the gap like a surgeon. That's a boundary, and the pressure straight away on the bowler from the very first ball.
That's what happens, isn't it? As the 150 comes on the board for Germany, it's been so much, and now they'll be stopping, probably shaking hands. It'll be more of telling the umpire, probably saying, "Okay, I'll not be hitting the gym today because I've had enough exercise today." Mohammad Bilal continues from over the wicket. Can he probably put up a silly point somewhere and try and get it from around the wicket? There's a wide, more trouble and more wounds now getting deep in here for the Austrians. But the best thing is that the breeze is still there. So probably try and bring the medium pacer on. Let's see if he can put it inwards. And as it has been slashed towards the extra cover, move towards the deep for another single. And hopefully that's a single, or do we see a boundary? I can only see the shadows of that umpiring there. Is not happy, Mohammad Bilal, continuously having a long chat with that fielder in the deep.
Well, previously you were talking about Vivian Richards' thoughts on the fielders. And as I feel that Ben is also not looking for the fielder, he's looking for the gaps, playing the ball every time in the gaps, finding the boundary. And look at the numbers: two boundaries already in this over, and a wide as well. So the pressure obviously is on Bilal. And here once again, there's time playing on the onside, not the batter connection, which is rarely we have seen from Ben. Mayur, at this point of time, as a bowler, as a left arm bowler, when you are bowling to left hand batter, you need to be very cautious because somebody like Ben, who's already well set and is take a bowler, so it's better to better to mix up in the variation, bowl slower here, or to go with the pace. But that should be in the stumps line because all the time he's trying to create the room, and that's what helping him to play the big shots.
Talking about big shot, look at that big shot just over the head of the fielder, tumbling but not tumbling inside. You can see Mohammad Bilal crouching on his thighs. He knew it was almost coming for the Austrians. That is, like you say, water, water everywhere. There's not a drop to drink. It's a huge ground. But at the moment, they're just toying with the bowlers of Austrians as the numbers just keeps on coming and crippling the Australians. Numbers, numbers. Talking about numbers, I'm sure all the eyes are fixed towards the mid-wicket region. Up goes both the hands of the umpire again. This is really signaling the truth that these are early morning conditions. We've been asked to bat. Let's take and let's zero in from the atmosphere to the stratosphere and making those important holes in the stratosphere, unfortunately, and more to the behest of the Austrians. With the ball remaining in the 10th over, Germany are 170 without loss. Only two sixes and two boundaries, including a wide and a single in this over.
Going to be the last ball, 170 already. That's a big score that they are going ahead. Once again, following the batter, tapped away on the onside, gets a single, keeps a strike with him. And with this single, score moves to 171 after 10 over. And it's time to take a breather. And after this, joining in, it's Vance and Piyush.
Well, thank you so much for that wonderful piece of 5 overs that we've seen here. 171 for none at the end of 10 overs, as the players will enjoy drinks here.
Well, Vanch, 171 without a wicket after 10 overs. It just does not get better than that, does it? As we are about to see the batting card here, have a look at that. Only the two batters used: Ben Kohler Cadmore, 68 not out of 26 deliveries, and Musaddiq Ahmed, 91 not out of 34 deliveries. Well, the fastest 100 in T20 International cricket is of 35 deliveries, so he won't quite make it there. Musaddiq Ahmed, but it will be one of the fastest if he does get it eventually. And well, that's not the only thing that we are looking at the moment. 344 for 4, the highest ever T20 international total. It was posted by Zimbabwe up against Gambia, and that score seems to be in some danger out here, Vansh, as you see the bowling card.
Well, absolutely, Piyush. No wickets. And look at those economy rates as well. If you're an Austrian fan, don't look here. 17 runs per over for Mohammad Zalmai, 15 and a half for Zishan Goraya with the new ball, 17 and a half for Irfan Safi as well, 16.66, 3 overs, none for 50 for Mohammad Bilal Zalmai as well, and Karanbir Singh with just a solitary over, which went for 15 runs as well. 12 extras to add on to the misery of the Austrian side as well. And as you mentioned, the projected score at the moment 342. The highest score, of course, 344 in international T20I cricket as well. If they go at this rate, I'm pretty sure they're going to surpass it. And at the moment, Sadiq Ahmed and Ben Kola Cadmo, these two are absolutely creating carnage out here as well. And it's a much needed break as well for the Austrian side. And Piyush, that visual on the bottom right of our screens just sums it up for the Austrian side, doesn't it?
Well, yes, definitely. And not even once in my lifetime have I ever seen a projected total like that one. 23 runs and over gets them to 401. Well, 400 is almost very rare in a one day cricket game as well. And we are talking about in a T20 game. So it just goes to show how good these two have been. And, well, it looks very sorry for the Austrians at the moment. Well, Vansh, what would you do had you been the Austrian captain?
Well, I think this drinks break is very, very necessary for the Austrian side as well, just to stem the momentum, I would say, of the German squad. The two openers have created havoc out there, and just to break that momentum a bit, this break was very, very essential for the Austrian squad as well. Comes the bowler over the wicket, and you can see a dot ball to start off straight away.
Yes, definitely. A very good delivery as well outside the off stump, and the batter will maybe slightly lethargic, as you could see there into that shot, maybe taking it a bit too granted. That is what the drinks break does usually, doesn't it?
Well, the drinks break always comes up with something entertaining, especially for the bowling side on most occasions. Here he comes. That's a beautiful shot. It was much more fuller than the previous one from the bowler. And Musadik, where he just carves that one on the offside, up and over for another maximum.
Well, not sure why would you do that, because once again it's right in the slot, and he's been smacking those deliveries through the offside, through the leg side all day long. He's moved on to 97 now, just 36 deliveries, just three short of that magnificent triple figure mark.
There comes Karanbir Singh once again, pulled away on the onside. He's looking for a couple of runs there. Will he get more than that? Of course he will. It's a magnificent 100 from Musaddiq Ahmed. 100 of just 37 deliveries as he looks up to the heavens. That's a brilliant knock, this. It has just taken him 37 deliveries, and the score is at 181. This has to be one of the most special knocks that we've seen in world cricket as well, Piyush.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. The third fastest T20 100 you would ever see. It's come off the bat of Musaddiq. And once again, it's been pushed on the offside. This time, only a single, so a relief for the bowler that he sees him off strike, but it does not get any better because it brings Ben Collar Cadmore back on strike, who is also striking the ball beautifully.
Well, absolutely, Piyush. There's no hiding space for the bowlers out there. If one of the right-handers goes off strike, the other, Benkola Cadmore, comes up with something even more special.
Well, before this 100 by Mossadegh Ahmed, it was Sahil Chauhan of 35 deliveries. Well, once again, a cracking shot down the ground. Another boundary for Ben Collar Cadmore. And even he has raced on to 72 of just 27 deliveries. And at the moment, all those records are seeming to be in danger. Well, maybe 175 also, the highest ever individual total by a T20 batter. Chris Gale, West Indies versus Zimbabwe in the 2015 World Cup is in danger.
Lots of records are in danger, that's for sure. Venkol Acadmo striking at 266, just a slight bit of stoppage in play as we see the ball is lost in those bushes as well towards the long off region. That was the quality of that shot from Ben Cadmo as well. He's 72 of 27, strike rate of 266, four maximums and 10 boundaries from the left-hander. And Piyush, hear me out here once again. Musaddiq Ahmed, 101 of 38 deliveries with 8 maximums and 10 boundaries.
Well, total carnage out here. Almost 50% of the deliveries have been dispatched to the fence of the 65 that have been bowled. Well, that is something that the Austrians will have to think about. Well, it's a long series. It's still just the first game here, and already the shoulders are dropping out here in this 3 day contest between the two.
Well, absolutely. That's not a good sight to see from the Austrian side as well. They need some kind of momentum coming into this. And I think at this moment, only wickets can give them the kind of confidence that they're wanting for as well. Karanbir Singh now into his final delivery of the second over.
Well, he's going to go after it once again, isn't he? And there he goes. A pull shot, a shot delivery, and it's been dispatched for another maximum by Ben Collar Cadmore. And ends the 11th over as well. Big, big over once again. It's 192 without a wicket now for Germany.
That was a brilliant shot there. Slight change in length from Karanbir, I would say. He was going much more fuller to both these batters out there as well, but then trying to go a bit short. And I think whatever length he bowls today, he's just going to get dispatched. That is the kind of effort that we're seeing from the two openers as well. None for 35 in his 2 overs for Karanbir Singh, as well as the score is now up to 192 in 11 overs. Well, that was a beautiful delivery from Bashir here, and really unfortunate on that occasion that the ball didn't hit the stumps as well. Fortune favoring the German team so far, and we've seen that they really deserve it as well. Just the kind of courageous cricket that they've played. They've not looked to step down here, nor have they changed gears at the moment as well. Right from the first delivery, they've been going at gear number 5 as we see another bowling change here. Umair Tariq comes into the attack for the Austrians as well, with Musaddiq Ahmed on strike. 100 of 41. His highest score in T20Is is 110. And if he goes past this delivery, you would assume that he would go past his own personal best. Ben Kohler Cadmo on the other end, 85 of just 31 deliveries as well. He's striking at better strike rate than Musaddiq, to be very honest. As you mentioned, Piyush, he's just gonna break his own records as well. Flicks it on the onside this time, does Musaddiq. That's gonna be a single. Are they gonna go for two? Decides against it. Good fielding by the fielder at deep mid wicket as well.
Well, just the one boundary in the last 6 deliveries, and it looks as a surprise as of now.
Absolutely. Dot balls are like gold dust at the moment. An Austrian side would be hoping to get a few dot deliveries. You can see the wicket keeper trying to tell the bowler to bowl more on the offside and bowl that fullish length, which is exactly what Umair Tariq has done. He's bowled it right into the block hole, which is the only hiding space for a bowler at the moment because they've tried bowling full, they've tried bowling short, they've tried with the slower deliveries as well, but all of them have been just dispatched on all sides of the field as well from both these batters. Here comes Umair once again. Fuller delivery hits the outside edge. It flies over towards third man. And there you go. Another boundary. Unfortunate for the bowler once again, Piyush. But that's just been the kind of day for Austria today.
Well, once again, right in the swinging arc, and I don't understand why would you not have a third man in place with the fast bowler operating? You can see those outside edges flying away, and once again, it's just run away to the fence, and the score, well, it just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. It's more than mammoth now. How big is this going to be? Once again in the slot, but he's not quite timed it. It's gone high. Is that a chance? And I think it didn't quite carry to the field level, only a single.
Well, it's another opportunity for Austria here. You can see the ball just flying to all parts of the field, but every time you're presented with an opportunity, you have to take it. You can see Ben Kohler Cadmo was dropped by the wicket keeper in the power play, and look at what he's done post that 32 ball 86 for him.
And once again, walking down the wicket. This time he's connected sweetly. Another maximum and into the 90s is Ben Collar Cadmore. And now he has an opportunity to match the fastest 100, which was scored by Sahil Chauhan up against Estonia. Well, 35 is the fastest. He's on 92 now of 33 deliveries.
That is just a beautiful shot on the onside, Piyush. Just use the pace on that delivery as well.
It's just absolutely brilliant. Everything is being smacked away to the boundary. And now a wide, trying to keep it away from the arc of the batter, and he's bowled it outside that tram line. And another extra run. And the partnership keeps on building. Remember, it is one of the highest partnerships as well now. It's the third highest now, 221. 223, the second highest between Hazratullah Zazai and Usman Ghani up against Ireland for Afghanistan. Well, 16 more required to make it the highest ever. Well, once again in the air, it won't quite carry the distance. It does land safely and they take only a single. So Ben Collar Cadmore, well, it seems like he won't get the fastest 100 either. He won't be able to match it. He's moved on to 93 of 34. And at the end of the 13th now, it's double Nelson without a wicket.
Brilliant batting by the two openers here. And before we move on, this is a brilliant tournament. The international bilateral series between Austria and Germany here at Krefeld, organized, of course, by the Deutsche Cricket Board. And SMW Global is the commercial and event producer driving this series as well. This is a massive milestone for them as well. 41st country, which is Germany, and that they have operated in, along with the co-producer Sportvote as well, providing us with this high definition stream for the live telecast of this brilliant international T20. Here comes Bashir once again. He bowled a good over last time around, I would say. 15 from that first one. Bowls much more fuller this time. Flicks it on the onside. Does Kohler Cadmore. Looks like it was a bit of a misfield. And it has gone away for a boundary. Has it? Looks like it's just a single. Looks like I'm getting very excited with proceedings here, Piyush.
Yeah, good backing up in the end by the fielder. And the long on fielder getting across towards his left. He had to run a long way. And well, still shows the commitment for the Austrians as well. A slight misfield, and there is a fielder backing up there, running 30 yards just to back up. And he saved 3 runs. Well, once again, right in the slot.
Brilliantly played there once again. Tried to go for the slower delivery. And Musaddiq, he's watching the ball like a football at the moment. He's not going to get bothered by any of those slower deliveries as well. Saw that very early as it came out of the bowler's hand. He's just smashed it out towards the mid wicket boundary as well. He now moves on to 121 of just 45. In the slot this time, a wicket appeal. The umpire says no, maybe an inside edge might have just saved him there, Piyush.
Well, is that the first leg by of the innings, Vansh? Because I don't recall seeing one of those. Well, maybe just angling down the leg side and appeal. And Bashir, well, 23 runs he has conceded in his 1.5 overs, and it's just not really reflected of how good he has bowled so far. As he continues here, well, once again a low full toss, and they get across for another single. Well, is that a run off the bat? Yes, maybe finding the inside edge on that occasion. No signal by the umpire.
He's been saved on a couple of occasions now, Ben Colacadmo. This time the inside edge doing the trick for him. It's into the 90s, the nervous 90s as they call as well.
Well, they need six more to make it the highest ever partnership. They can do it in one hit. Meanwhile, another quick single taken. Well, Bashir does bowl those slow ones really well, and he's done that so far. Although he's been very unfortunate to concede a couple of sixes, especially that boundary in the previous over of a thick inside edge past the wicket keeper. Nonetheless, another decent over. He's conceded only 9 of this one so far. In fact, 10, including the leg by. It won't quite go into his account. The last one of the 14th. And another inside edge onto that leg side. And he takes the single, keeps the strike. After 14 overs now, it is 233 without a wicket.
233 after 14 overs, and wishing all the viewers a very happy Labor Day who are tuning in from across Germany and Europe as well. Of course, it's a public holiday and fireworks are on the field. Benkola Kadmo and Musaddiq Ahmad absolutely creating havoc out here in Krefeld as well. And if you're in the North Rhine-Westphalia region or even across the border in the Netherlands, you can tune in and come out onto the ground to watch live telecast of this game because it's raining sixes and raining boundaries all over the place as well. Umair continues. Room played on the offside. That will be a boundary to bring up Ben's century as well. Musaddiq got it in 36. Ben Kola Cadmo gets it in 38 as well. And he has a celebration to follow post that as well. What an absolute joy it has been to commentate and watch this beautiful, beautiful knock from the left-hander today, Piyush.
An absolute gem of an innings. 100 of just 38 deliveries. Well, we saw the third fastest century in international T20 cricket. Now this is the fourth fastest as well, and also the highest ever partnership in a T20 game.
No doubt, given on that occasion, maybe the impact outside of the off stump as we had a look from the back angle there. Bowler is a touch disappointed, and why wouldn't he be? Because nothing is going against the bowling attack so far. And he was hoping for a bit of luck coming in from the umpire this time, but the umpire, of course, spot on with his decision as well. The impact was, of course, outside the off stump on that occasion as well as Umair comes over the wicket to the right hander now. It's down the wicket this time, Musaddiq. It's high up in the air and it will be taken. Finally, a wicket comes in play. And what an innings we've seen, Piyush. 122 of 47 balls. With that wicket, it will be 48 balls for Musaddiq as well. But the opening partnership has lasted for 238 runs as well. We've surely seen something special from Musaddiq today.
Absolutely brilliant, Vanch. Well, I am so glad that I am out here to witness something like this. Total carnage, and finally the Austrians get the breakthrough. Finally, they hold on to one, and Umair, the man, breaking that partnership, that record partnership in any T20 international game. Outstanding stuff by Musaddiq coming to an end. 122 of just 48 delivery just sums it up. No was required for that kind of an innings.
Finally, some relief here for the Austrian side. 5 runs coming off those first 3 balls. Seeing some normalcy returning to cricket here. 3 balls done and dusted. 238 for one. And the new batsman is Shahid Afridi, who's come out to bat. So a lot to worry still for the Austrian side here, Piyush, because given the fact that there is a right hand left hand combination still going on, it just gives the German side with another advantage as well.
Well, yes, but the last couple of overs have been slightly tighter. So The 344 is not quite easy. Meanwhile, straight away played in the air by Shahid Afridi won't quite find the fence. The fielder cuts that one off and he gets a couple of runs to get off the mark. So once again, positive intent shown by the new batter coming in.
Well, with just 32 deliveries left in the innings, I don't think the batters have any other option but to go for those wild swings as well. Right from ball number one, without wasting any deliveries, Shahid Afridi looks to go for the maximum.
Yes, definitely, especially with 9 wickets left. Well, this time it's been struck back past the bowler and only a single getting the bottom of the bat, not quite the middle once again, brings the other centurion Ben back on strike. Well, he is someone who would be wanting to score at an even quicker rate now. Well, meanwhile, 344 for the Nepalese. It seems to be safer that they had scored up against Mongolia. That one, well, they will have to score another 104 from here on, which looks very difficult. As we see one more delivery left in the 15th. And straight away, once again in the air, another chance. Fielders underneath it, and they have dropped it, have they?
Well,
Another
Piyush,
lifeline for
they've
Ben.
dropped that one once again, and Ben Kohler Cadmer can go out and walk on water today, and still he'll cross a river. That is an absolute lottery for him yet again. Second dropped catch and third missed opportunity for Ben Kohler Cadmo as well. 242 for the loss of one after 15 overs. As we have Mayur and Amit back in the com box.
242 for one. What an incredible batting display from Ben and Musabik. We have seen two cracking 100 in this game. 40 ball 100 for Ben. Is still there. Played it straight. Played with lots of power. And that will go on for 4. Opening of the over with the boundary. So now the pressure is on the bowler. Mayur, they are not holding back.
Thank you so much, Amit. And also to our outgoing commentators, Mr. Vansh and Piyush. They really enjoyed every records that have been broken today, isn't it? You have kept on continuously hearing those records like flowing like easy flow of water, isn't it, through the dams. There's so much of leakages now to feed for the Austrians. They won the toss, selected to bowl first. But yes, Amit, I don't know from where those answers will be coming from. The only soothing balm was the wicket of Mudassir. Nothing else. Got the century, but Ben, the left-hander, is still there. He's on strike, facing Basir over the wicket. It's a slow one, well picked up. What a good wrist work. This is flicked it fine towards the fine leg for 4. 4. No answers, no reprieve at all. Doesn't matter, isn't it? Where it will go, and the 250 comes in. As you see, more records. And 344 for 4 by Zimbabwe versus Gambia in 2024. Might not be in thread, but few other records. Oh, the timing was not good. Do we see any fielder underneath there? No, they're going for the second one. So, Piyush, it's the same question that I put you in the previous 10 overs. How much do you see? Do you see excess of 300 from here on after 20 overs?
The way they are playing, there's not a big deal to score 300. I believe they can go above 300 because Ben is got shots, all the shots in his book. This time, bouncing down the track, but the bowler is very clever as he saw the batter coming in and he's bowled it wider. That's a wide signal from the umpire, but already expensive over here. 15 runs from this over so far, 2 balls to go. This time low full toss and played it on the onside, gets a single. And not only is relying on the boundary, is actually playing on the merit. That's what we have seen. That's a quality in the batting of the two openers from Germany, Ben and Musabik. Yes, they are trying to play the aggressive cricket, but at the same point of time, they have been very calculated. They have seen the field, they played the shot in the gaps, and when they are going for the maximum, they choose the right ball, isn't it, Mayur?
Oh yes, that's what made that huge difference between the bat and the ball. Choosing the options all right, well dug out. That was from Basir, and one of those rare few deliveries, as you've rightly mentioned, Amit. The accuracies where they needed to be in the initial overs, it really didn't come on time, and that's where the advantage lay so vastly on Germany as another over comes to an end. Over number 16 has come to an end, 257 for one. Ben, the left-hander, will be back on strike with just 3 overs remaining. They'll try and use the longest part of the handle as much as possible. And to make you remember, this is our co-production of SMW Global. We're doing it along with Sport Vote, who are leaders in streaming cricket, kabaddi, and are leading an effort to revolutionize the broadcasting production through the very cutting edge technology. On the leg side, hits it, and he did jump in some euphoric manner. At a point of time when you're bowling short, you're giving the advantage of the batsman to free up his arms in the slog overs. I don't feel whether they've gone for a run because it's four. It was single, then a boundary now. Basir, yes, officially comes in. So 279 for one.
Well, as they play in this first T20I, it was never looking like that they have gone after the power play. It was always a powerful hit from both the batters. Once again, this is a beautiful delivery. Yorker in length, and batters have nothing just to play it softly, gets a single. And also, one more thing which I feel that Austria is they want to spend time on wicket, they want to get into the game, and because of that maybe they have chosen to bowl first, but Germany was prepared, and they have take the maximum benefit of this lush green outfield. They played the shot beautifully in the gaps, and once again another good delivery. Basir, who's bowling his final over of the spell. And Mayur, what I think is that Austria, they are not very much confident in his batting. Maybe that is the reason. That's why they have chosen the bowl first, because there's nothing wrong in the surface for the batting.
Yes, again, time will say it is not going to be easy, of course, because they're just 20 shy of a 300, and that's going to be a huge psychological disadvantage for them. So when you cross over 150, the next stop is 200, 250, 300, and looking by how they're pacing the innings at the moment, 310 probably also being lurking around the corner, and that's when your shoulders will start drooping. There's so much of fact, there's so much of thoughts, there's so much of trust and push will go from the management. Of course, the players will be the openers when they come out. They will have a huge pressure to deal with even before the first ball is bowled. As Basir has now given away a half century of runs under his belt. So all of them are going for a huge amount of runs. As Ben is trying to cut very square and ample of room time that he has been given, and that's why he's been such a threat. As he picks up a run towards the short point and goes to 129. It will also keep the strike with a couple of overs remaining. 18 overs bowled. Germany 287 for one.
287 for one after 18 over. Massive target that they are looking here. Great knock from Ben and also from Musadik, the two openers. They have scored 100 in this game. Musadik bent to the pavilion, but Ben still there and looking for a big target here. Basir bowled 4 over, given 52 runs. This time, trying to play the big shot on the onside, but there's no connection. And also, he's trying to put the pressure on the bowler from the very first ball. That's what we have seen so far in this inning. Always going for the big shot on the very first ball of the over. He's reading a bowler like a book. That's what we have witnessed once again coming into the body. No connection to dot delivery. That's very rare that we have seen in this first inning.
And also, it'll be tiring legs. Amit Ben, 129 or 53, scored his century in 30 deliveries. If you compare that with Musa Ahmed, who's got it in 37 deliveries, so not easy. Again, with the sun being also a factor, the breeze is now actually has slowed down. Let's see if he can make a hat trick of dots. Izume. If not hat trick of dots, it will be a wide for sure. That's a pain. You did everything correct. And I think here Ben can be little appreciated. I mean, probably he shied away from the stumps. That's where the altercation of the line came in when he just paved in to what the batsman was trying to do there little cunningly. He this time chips down the wicket, plays in more finer towards long off. There is a fielder stationed. It'll be just a single. Very interesting, isn't it? Because if I have to get into the statistics, I love putting up the numbers. If I was not very much of a good student of mathematics, but when it comes to cricket, really love it. 79 for no loss in 5 overs. That's when Musadik was 50 not out of 18, and then 181 for no loss in 10 overs. So 100 runs have been scored in the zone of 5.3 overs, which is absolutely mind blowing, isn't it? And then, of course, Ben scores his 100. Now they are at 290, and the Kasparov scoring 300. So the conversion rate of Germany has been really astonishing. Now it's getting more and more converted. Unfortunately, he'll be just getting 6 runs. So he'll be just hoping, can we make it double of it? But this is tremendous hitting of the cricket ball. I mean,
Yeah, rightly said. Pitched up and paid the price. 295 for one in just 18.4 over. They are not holding back. And look at the strike. There was a change of pace from the bowler, but Shahid, who was already reading a bowler like a book from the very first ball, not going to miss out on this occasion. What a strike we have seen from all the three batters. Two massive 100 in this game from Ben and Musadik, and now Shahid Afridi, not the one who played for Pakistan, but the one who is playing for Germany and doing the carnage. 24 of 9, and we are just a shot away from 300. What a good opening game here between Austria and Germany. And 2 balls to go in this over. Shahid on strike. Once again, a beautiful delivery. That's a good comeback by the bowler. Missed in line. Otherwise, Shahid would have gone. Absolute peach of a delivery from the bowler.
rarest of the occasion, isn't it? We did see them trying to just repeat of what they have done before, but we're not very successful. Has definitely come in the 19th over, in this penultimate over. Again, two back-to-back very good deliveries getting underneath the bat of Shahid Afridi. And do you know, isn't it, as a beginner of the game, as when I started loving the game, Shahid Afridi was there, the fastest scorer in the time for Pakistan, Shahid Afridi, and he's living up to his billing. Is Shahid Afridi for Germany at the moment. 25 not out of just 11 deliveries. So he has to pay a second fielder. Just 6 balls from here on remaining. So 300 definitely will be coming up for sure. The way the hits will be there. So Amit, as a captain, I know I'll probably be putting you in some soup. As a captain of Austria, what do you feel you'll be telling your boys, Amit?
Well, it's very late, to be honest. It's just 6 balls to go in this inning. So I would say do the best you can, and I will try to give some motivation to all my players for the second inning, because that's where if the Germany can score 300, we can too score 300 in the game. But it was not a great piece of bowling from the bowlers. As a captain, obviously you feel demotivated, but at the same point of time, it's if they can do, you can do as well. And that's what, as a captain or a leader, you can say to your team, but not the one you want. Starting of the 20th over, low full toss outside off, open the face of the bat, gets a single, and now Ben is on strike. And I wonder why you are asking me at this situation, because this is only six ball to go. Nothing much as a captain you can do in this situation from here.
I really don't know why I did ask. Of course, we have all our cricketing expertise and knowledge, but 300 and four is something which is the previous record that will be on the mind. Everyone knows, isn't it? They all play for at the team. Of course, this is what the ultimate goal is. But in their own individual capacity, that's also something of a very good deal breaker. Let's see if Germany can just push for it and now just get another European record getting tumbling right in front of your eyes. Just around 8 runs now required from here on to get it, and it's not will be a tough task with 5 balls remaining. A full toss glides it. Is there any third man? There is a third man. Get that is a single. And a huge man, isn't it? At the other end, you can see as it's coming more closer to the camera's purview, and he just had to stand and deliver most of the stuff. And that's what he have done initially. And so he has not actually taken it up. He says, "Okay, I'll have to be with my shoulders. Have to keep it moving." Again, plays it towards the same area. This time he'll get for a run. So how much pressure it really builds on the opposition when you see it's not only about the kind of runs, it's about the start they have to give it, isn't it? I mean, that puts that added pressure on both the openers. The more the merrier, of course. You'll be speaking in different terminologies. There's a certain spike when it hits your mind as a captain that we will be winning the toss. We've seen the pitch, but again, the kind of batting that was on display was absolutely spectacular. This lovely looking drive comes in from Ben towards a short cover for a single, and that will bring up the massive 300 runs on the board for Germany. On a massive day where records are just going down like some true pink colors. Here is an army who are leading the troops in a much huge manner, isn't it? I mean, 300, massive number.
Yeah, it's a big number. Krefeld is a small town, but the numbers are big on the field, if you see. And such a good over so far as well. Once again, low full toss, missed time. There's a fielder, but it's not matter anymore because that's gone all the way for the maximum. Turning out to be a good over, but this time he missed out on the length and breaking the record as well. 306 on the board, Mayur.
Yes, 306 now as Germany just edges past to be at the top in the list of European records. And they'll be so very happy, isn't it? Everyone have put their hands up. Just one wicket gone down, just one. And I'm sure from here on, just a ball remaining. Just put your hands up. I'm sure it. And I feel this is a boundary coming in. Last ball, Irfan over the wicket to Shahid Afridi. He launches down the leg side. Where is it gone? And it probably has gone not all the way. It will be a couple of runs. Or has they come for the third one? I feel they have just come for a couple of runs. Yep. So 308 for one. Do I use the word a huge 308 for one after the completion of the allotted 20 overs? But stand up for the man, Ben Headmore, 133 not out of just 58 deliveries. So his average will be 0 because he is not out and he has just pained and made Austrians toil and worked very, very hard after Germany has been asked to bat first. After a long time, as I mentioned before, as they're eyeing a 5-0 win versus Austria, they will try and get early advantage with the new ball and try and chip in as quickly as possible. But let's see. You cannot close in the book very early, isn't it, Amit?
Welcome back to all viewers tuning in for the live telecast of this international bilateral series between Austria and Germany here at Krefeld. This has absolutely been one of the most blistering knocks that you'll see as Germans were put into bat by the Austrian side. And the captain Iqbal, when he decided to win the toss and elect to have a bowl first, then we just saw absolute mayhem out there by the two batters. For the Germans, it was the two openers Ben Kohler Cadmo and Musaddiq Ahmed, who both scored centuries, with Ben Kohler Cadmo being given a couple of opportunities after he put on a score of 133 in just 58 balls, 17 boundaries, 6 maximums to add to his total, along with Musaddiq Ahmed starting off with 122 of just 48 deliveries. He was the aggressor in the power play. He scored 100 much before Ben Kolo Cadmore did, and both of them had strike rates in excess of 230 as well. Shahid Afridi played a quick cameo, 34 of 14 with 4 maximums for him as well, to put the German side at 308 runs on the board. And now it's going to be a Herculean task for the Austrian side, as we see Karanbir Singh, who's on strike, as well as I've been joined by my colleague Piyush here for the live telecast of this second innings as well. Here comes Sajid. Sajid bowling to Karanbir Singh. First ball of the second innings now. Beautifully played on the onside. Didn't get the middle of the bat, but he'll still get a boundary on that one. What a way to start off the second innings, Piyush.
Well, definitely a statement of intent. Well, what an outstanding batting innings that was by the Germans. 308, the highest total in European cricket. And starting this one off with the boundary as well, the Austrians. Well, no point hanging around. They have to go after it. It's the bilateral series, of course. It doesn't matter if you get bowled out for 50 or end up scoring maybe a decent 150, which won't make any sense. You just have to go after it.
Well, absolutely. They have to go after every single delivery now as well. This is actually good bowling out there as well, but this time given as a wide by the square leg umpire. Sajid Liaquat bowling with the new ball. 5 runs off the first delivery. Karanbir Singh and Mohammad Bilal Zalmai are the two openers who've come out to bat for the Austrians. And chasing a target of 309, as you rightly mentioned, Piyush, will require some effort here. Required run rate in excess of 15 runs and over. Slip in place for Sajid as well. Straight down the ground. This was absolutely screamed towards the boundary. Straight face off the bat. Couldn't get better than that.
Well, this is a really good start by the Austrians. You would say, well, trying to chase 309, it is always going to be difficult. They have to go at 15 and a half runs and over, 15.45 to be precise. And, well, they will know the power play overs will be crucial. They need to get at least somewhere around 110, 120 in the first six.
That is absolutely true. They will have to get a very good start on the board as well. But for the bowler, he'll think that he just needs one good delivery to dismiss the openers. And that is what Sajid Liaquat will be looking to do out here as well. He's got a slip in place, as I mentioned as well, to just get the ball to swing away from the arc of the right hander. This time he tries to just heave it on the onside, doesn't get the middle of the bat, and goes towards the deep square leg fielder for just a single.
Well, good intent being shown. And the first target is achieved. Less than 300 more required from here on. Well, that is the kind of the game it has been so far, and will be interesting to see how does Mohammad Bilal approach it. Well, there's only one way to go for this one. They have to smash at everything, as you said. throwing the kitchen sink at literally everything from here on. Right from the word go, whoever comes in, whoever goes out, and straight away through the offside. Wonderful pickup, and it's gone over the fielder a bit off that will run away to the fence as well. Excellent start this for the Austrians. They're not going to back down here.
Well, really much required start from the two openers, Mohammad Bilal and Karanbir Singh. But they have to keep on going literally every single ball from here on. And they need those maximums to come in as well. Have to utilize these fielding restrictions to the maximum effect if they have to get anywhere near the mammoth score that the Germans have put on board today.
Well, it is going to be difficult. It is going to be the highest ever chase if it happens, and if they do so, it will be like something I've seen in cricket. Well, once again through that leg side, and has he gone? Yes, he has. It's gone straight down the throat of the fielder, and an early breakthrough for the Germans. The Austrians lose their first. Well, this has been the feature in this game so far. They dropped those catches. The Austrians, they were punished for it. And the Germans, well, they hold on to the first one that comes their way. Sargent strikes in this very first.
Well, it has to be said it was a lucky breakthrough here for the Germans there. Sajid Liaquat, that was not the best of deliveries. Mohammad Bilal just looking to flick it on the onside. The plan was set from the German captain. He had a square leg fielder in play as well, and a good catch on the boundary line to dismiss Mohammad Bilal Zalmai for just 4 runs on the board, and first blood being drawn here by the Germans as well.
Well, it was a slot delivery, and, well, he did connect that one really well as well. But the fielder on that leg side, on the boundary line, was slightly in front of square. A forward square leg, you would say. A forward deep square leg. And, well, a very good catch in the end. So Amar comes in here at number 3. How does he respond? And straight away, a big swing and a miss. A dot to close out the first over. A good comeback this by Sajid. At the end of the first, now it's 14 for 1 for the Austrians.
Probably the best start that the Germans could have asked for. A wicket in the first over after scoring 308 runs on the board. 308 runs, mind you, is the highest total in European cricket ever in T20Is. That is actually quite a mammoth total as well.
Well, definitely. And I think this could be the feature in this innings because they are going after everything. Well, they have no other option, the Austrians. And another swing and a miss as we see they're very close to finding the outside edge.
It's good to see the left armour coming in. He's starting off with over the wicket angle to the right hander. And what that does is that it just takes the ball away from his hitting arc. And with the angle, it's always going to go away. But be very well aware of the kind of in swinger that Nuruddin Mujaddi can get for us as well. Here comes Nuruddin once again, bowling to Karanbir Singh. There you go. That is exactly the delivery that I was talking about. He can get the ball to shape back in. There's not much of assistance from the pitch, but especially with the new ball, you can utilize that swing as a new ball bowler, which we haven't really seen from the Austrian bowlers so far, which we hope to see again from the Germans as well. Really started off in the right possible manner. This time hits it on the onside, does Karanbir Singh. Striking at 300, he's dealing in boundaries at the moment. Third boundary for Karanbir Singh, the first one in this over against Nuruddin as well.
Well, right in his hitting arc, wasn't it? And Nuruddin, well, he's been punished. Rightly so. Can't really bowl there, especially when the batters are just searching for those boundaries. And another boundary for Karanbir. Well, going along nicely here now as they try to build something special, which they need to. And this time a thick outside edge and it goes flying over slip and into the fence once again. Back to back boundaries for Karanbir.
Beautiful angle created, as I was mentioning once again, by Nuruddin, but the ball just flies over the slip fielder. There is a thought process that's going on in the captain's mind to get the third man fielder a bit more finer towards the wicket keeper, but I think the slip has gone out and we see a flying slip now in play along with the third man also. So that's much better ploy given the fact that the balls are just flying over the infield.
This time just pushed on the offside and a quick single taken. Excellent effort out there in the field, but won't quite get the run out. And that is now the end of the second over. In fact, there's still one more delivery left. We will have the scorecard updated for you shortly. There were a couple of dots and then a couple of fours and then a single. So one more still left. 9 runs have come of the over so far. Nuruddin up against Amar now. And he leaves that one alone, thinking it was a wide. So another dot. Excellent stuff by Nuruddin. And that is the end of the second. Now the score at 23 for 1.
Well, if you're going at 9 runs and over in such a high pressure situation, that is actually a very, very good thing as a bowler. And that is exactly what Nuruddin has done at the moment. Just 9 runs off his over. Sajid Liaquat bowled an over with conceding just 14 runs in that first one as well. And of course, no surprises. The captain goes back to Sajid Liaquat as well, especially after that wicket in the first over as well. Karanbir Singh is looking good out there. He's hit a couple of boundaries on the offside, one on the onside as well. And one lucky opportunity that he got. They hit the boundary over the slip fielder. This time he goes for the shot on the onside. It's really high up in the air. And given the power play restrictions, he's literally taken that risk. Just waiting for a confirmation is the umpire if that one just went all the way for a maximum or not. And there you go, the fielder has given the confirmation that the ball has travelled all over the boundary as well. First maximum of this innings.
Well, we have seen some really good shots in this game so far, and once again, it's just been creamed through that leg side, going down on one knee to the fast bowler, and it's been struck ever so well. Another maximum. Well, in fact, the first one for the Austrians, and they would be hoping it's the first of many as they continue to try and do something special out here.
Amar Naeem on the other side of the pitch. None of two. Cannot afford to make any dot deliveries in this innings as well, as we see a stoppage in play because of the ball being lost. That's just the kind of start that the Austrian sides would have hoped for. They're going at 10 runs and over, which is below par, way below par at the moment. Current run rate presents 15.7 runs and over. It started off at 15.1. That just goes to show a few bad overs. And mind you, 10 runs and 12 runs in an over are not the best overs in this game. So they have to keep on going for those maximums without really worrying about the target. That's the best way to go in this format for them as well. Here comes Sajid once again. It's coming over the wicket. The slip is gone now. Slight change in field on the onside as well. Karanbir Singh on strike. This time much more better in angle from Sajid as well, as he tries to tail the ball back in with the angle.
Well, interestingly enough, for the first time, no intent shown by Karanbir. He has had a big swing at literally everything of his first 9 deliveries. This time, just guides it on the offside, maybe just trying to find the gap and play it straight to the fielder in the end.
Well, this is a beautiful clean action from Sajid as well. He's literally marching in, this time much more fuller, and he's just put the full throttle into that shot as Karanbir Singh to get his second maximum now. Really, really well timed on that occasion. And ever since he saw that ball being pitched fuller, he just went for that big shot and executed it perfectly.
Well, what I am seeing right now is some belief out here being shown. by the Austrians. They have come out all guns blazing. They might have lost the first wicket. They might not be going at the rate that is required, but still going along nicely. They have that intention to try and get those runs, which is really good, especially for a game like this one. This time pushed on the offside. Well, that is the area, that is the zone where you need to bowl him. Maybe just a bit uncomfortable in having that big swing, because anything that has been bowled on middle leg has been dispatched towards that leg side, and on the offside, it's been slightly difficult for Karanveer.
Well, I'll not be surprised, Piyush, if Sajid looks to go for a fuller length delivery once again, trying to extract that swing from the conditions here.
Yes, definitely. But once again, outside the off stump, well, a wide Yorker, and he's asking for a wide. He's surprised that the umpire has not given it. The umpire, Vinay Malhotra, and well, he disagrees with the batter. Does the umpire? His decision is going to stand, and back-to-back dots by Sajid. A good comeback. Well, once again, an over which looked like it was going to be a big one. Only 12 have come of it so far. So the last delivery now of this third, well, something has to give in. Can't afford two consecutive dot deliveries. And it's been pushed back at the bowler. So excellent stuff by Sajid. He missed out on a length on a couple of occasions, got those two sixes, and then those four dots. At the end of the third, now it's 35 for 1 for Austria.
They still won't find themselves reaching this total if they go at the same rate. That is the kind of blistering batting we've seen on display from the German side today. Change in bowling now. Looks like it's time for some spin out there. Need to get those runs as the required run rate has increased drastically from where it started. 16.44 is the required run rate now, as we see some left arm spin into play with a slip also designated for the bowler as well. Here comes Jatinder bowling to Amar, who struggled a bit out here in this innings. Well, is that the wicket? It looks like it is. Brilliantly bowled from Jatinder. He gets his first one. And how lucky can he be off the first ball of his spell as well? It's usually counted as a really lucky sign. And the Germans are absolutely ecstatic at the moment with the fall of the second wicket now for the Austrians.
Well, I wasn't really the fan of the plan that was being put up out here, continuing with spin in this fifth over, because pretty cool conditions. The pitch is not really favoring the bowlers, and they come up with spin. Well, it was being dispatched by Amar. Finally, a shot that he connects, but it's gone straight down the throat of the fielder out there in the deep. A very good catch. The Germans have been good in the field as well. Excellent stuff, this.
Really end to end action, as you mentioned, Piyush. Couple of wickets already from the Germans. The ploy to bring spin into the power play is usually met with a lot of risk, but then higher the risk, higher the reward as well. Looked like a slower delivery. He's looping it up really brilliantly as well as Jatinder. This time the quicker delivery looks like it has taken the pad of the keeper and then hit the stumps. Very, very close to hitting it as well.
Well, almost 2 and 2 for Jatinder, and he's proving me wrong at the moment, because he is getting some turn out there. It was the arm ball, the previous one though, and well, Arman almost sent back to the pavilion.
Likes bowling to the right-handers, as most off spinners or as most left arm off spinners usually do, but that's a good shot from Arman on the offside this time. Outfield is very, very quick here in Crefeld as well.
Yep, a cracking shot through the offside. Excellent stuff by Arman just off his second delivery. Well, yes, as you mentioned, the angle of the left arm spinner up against the right handers usually plays it out in the favor of the right hand of the left arm spinner. And the right hander batters usually struggle. They tend to lose the wickets to the left arm spinners. But once again, punching that one off the back foot. Very difficult to get underneath the ball. If he charges down, he can be undone by the turn as well. So he needs to pick up if it's the arm ball or the off spinner first, and then he has to decide. So very difficult for the batters. Meanwhile, Karan Beer back on strike. How does he respond to this bowling change? Well, he's pushed that one on the leg side, and they won't mind this at all, the Germans. Another single taken, and once again, an excellent over. Just 6 runs of it so far, and a wicket as well. He's got one more left now in this fifth. And once again, it's been played on that leg side along the carpet for another single. So 7 runs coming off that Jatinder over. It is the end of the fifth with the score at 53 for 2. And there will be a change in the commentary box. Mayur and Amit will join us back out here.
Well, thank
Thank you
you,
so much.
Piyush.
Thank you so much, Piyush and Vansh. Yes, 53 for 2 at the moment for Austria. The way they have started off, they would have hoped for getting some more runs under their belt, but they have lost 2 wickets, especially with the introduction of the spinner. There was a thought which was engulfing that was it a very necessary introduction within the power play, but then he proved his critics wrong, as he got that wicket and could have got back-to-back wickets. And but survival is the best strategy. But when you are chasing a target of in excess of 300 in 20 overs, you need runs to be coming at a speed of light, which at the moment for the Austrians are a little bit of shortcoming. I'm sure the required run rate versus the current run rate are distance apart. Nice tossed up, and again that bat flow from Arman. He's on 6, but he'll be rewarded with some good numbers to get into double figures. 6. So 6 plus 6 get into 12. Arman, it's a lovely, lovely bat swing. This is Mayur Barwa. Along with me, joining in the com box is Amit. Welcome to the com box.
Thank you, Mayur. And what a way to enter into the com box. We've just entered and treating it with a maximum from Karanbir. 41 already. And this time a quicker delivery on the back foot. And the best part, we have seen from Karanbir batting so far that whenever he got fuller length delivery, he backs himself and goes for the big shot and gets a success. This time, low full toss onto the onside, and that's gone for 4 once again. Now the pressure is on Muslim. Already conceded for a maximum, and now there's a waiver delivery onto the body line, and that's where he punished for the boundary.
Yes, a bad line, isn't it? When you're a spinner, that is a crime, a serious, serious crime. We do say is for batters when a bowlers are looking at the eye line saying that trespassers will be prosecuted. But at the moment, if prosecution has to cross a line, this has to be something. It's a freebie, isn't it? Just feeding it off. It's afternoon time. Again, the breeze is there, but again, it's more of a power bank theory with your bat. If you get it in the middle, you're getting all those runs, and they'll have to do it quickly. And if it is coming in the form of a full toss, not many of the batters will be choosing to leave it. And with that, a huge one, he's also got onto his that halfway mark of his triple figure himself of a good half century. Already seen half centuries today from Musa Ahmed and from Ben, both of them getting into the individual centuries also. Bit of a halt of play at the moment, just waiting under the sun, making a good evidence, I'm sure, of the number of runs that the opposition Germany have scored today. It's more of a things that you learn from each other, isn't it? But Muslim has given away 11 runs, including a single to start off, then those 6 runs, then Todd, then a boundary. as I feel that ball is slowly crawling on towards Muslim. Oh yes, there you go. It has come back, so we'll be getting on. Our action started very soon, but healthy start or a steady start here, Amit, despite losing 2 wickets for Austrians.
Well, if the target is not 306, 309, then obviously 60, above 60 in power play is a good start, even though if you lose 2 wicket. But the target is very big. 309 is the target, and you already lost 2 wickets. But on the other side, Karanbir, he is playing the crucial role once again, tossing up. Big appeal by the keeper, but it looks like the foot is in the home, and that's where he is safe. 6 over gone, 64 for 2, Austria. So yes, Mayur, what I was talking about is 309. That's a mammoth total, and when you are chasing a target like this, you need to score at least 12 runs per over to take the game deep. And when the last 5 overs are there, then you can capitalize. Then you can maximize. Then you can play the aggressive cricket. But so far, we have seen that they are going with 10 runs per over. It's a big difference so far. At least you have to score 12, 13 runs per over. You can take 3 2 runs till the last, but till the 15 over you have to maintain that run rate. Otherwise we have seen the scoreboard pressure, which will definitely create a big role. And that's a good delivery from the batter, from the left arm bowler, beg your pardon. And that's a single here. 245 required from 84 balls. So it's it's obviously, you have to play the aggressive cricket. Apart from that, there is no chance to win this game, Mayur.
Yeah, 65 for 2. It's a good delivery there, just back of a land. And yes, as very much spot on, I would say, Amit. And the number of runs are in doubles, and then you're in triples, beg your pardon, and number of balls remaining are just into doubles. You really then under the pressure of not only preserving your wickets but also going through the runs, the paces becomes heavenly difficult. And that's why those crucial important runs when initial power play, which was 70 for 1 in the initial of less than 5 overs for Germany, it really steadied the progress. And this time, talking about steadying the progress in the air and the romanticism, I would say, between the bat and the ball has been an absolute flyby. Look at the ball, just going very nice, standing up tall to that ball, little slower through the probably in the air, and also got a good even bounce for Karanveer, the half century, to make that ball go over mid wicket for 6 runs.
71 for 2, 238 required, 80 balls to go. Well, this is a very beautiful batting surface, shorter boundaries. That's what helping the batter to score runs quickly, but there's a big pressure. And Austria won the toss, elected to bowl first, and they have leaked big amount of runs. And Germany, they break the record and set the new record for European League. And now here, if you see, coming diagonal, and because of that angle, that's also creating the problem for the batter, Mayur. That's what we have seen in this over. Only 7 run, 3 dot delivery.
The new national coach of Germany is Mr. Donovan Miller. He just recently took over the reins from Atikur Rahman. We can talk about that a little later because another over has come to an end. So 7 overs have been bowled to drive in, because now they have the target on their side. You have to talk about of how Germany is now trying to get into a 5-0 win. So initial 4 matches they won all by number of wickets remaining. So if they do, this will be the first time after some after probably a brief while that they will be winning. It could be a good catch. Has he taken it? Oh yes, it is a wonderful running catch from long on. As I was trying to explain of how they are marching along to make it 5-0 as another wicket comes in for Germany. The march is truly on here versus the Austrians.
Well, this is absolute stunner from the fielder, running forward and taking a forward diving catch. It was never easy, but he made it look so easy. And the third wicket goes down with that beautiful effort from the German fielder. Arman has to go to the pavilion. Such a wonderful effort in the deep at long on. Ran almost 10 yards. We'll have a closer look. That was a wonderful, absolute cracker of a catch that we have seen.
So 75 for 3 for the Austrians. 234 more required of a 77. Muslim have struck in the first ball of his second over. He did go for a six and a boundary in his last. But as we look at, uh, at probably the replay of how that wicket just gone by, or back on live pictures actually, but yes, that was a very, very good catch, as you rightly mentioned. He needed to make some very good grounds from long on to come almost near to the 30th circle and then slide it underneath, so it makes that catch more and more beautiful. It's more of the athleticism that you talk about, isn't it? You've seen in the elite nations, these are the associate nations playing, so everyone need to, and also with the influx of technology, you really know how much you need to take on your fielding efforts, how you need to make it notch higher every day with every match that you play. You might be similar foes, but it's all about how you can, bring in your positives to a good number. What a good ball again, isn't it? Almost sliding it very much inwards. But yes, now from one wicket brings two, so Muslim probably might be hoping for that one more wicket comes for him in this over. Ball spins rapidly and well done behind the wicket keeper.
Well, that's a great point you make. One brings two. And I feel the way he's bowling at the moment, toss setting up, enticing the batter to play the drive. This time, straighter in line, going down the leg. Batter tried to play the sweep shot very close, but now Karanbir and the new batter both are having a chat, and he is asking why you are trying to play a very big shot from in the early of your inning, because I'm a set better. Just give me a strike, let me handle the situation better. And this time it's high up in the air. Fielder coming under the ball and takes a beautiful catch. Another wicket goes down, as you mentioned, Mayur, one brings two, and that's what we are witnessing here.
Oh yes, it's like a commentator's curse, isn't it? But more than that, it is a very bad shot. You can see where the ball has been tossed out way outside off stump, and just the ball before, Amit, you rightfully said that's what the non-striker is saying. Just give it a strike. But in pursuit of that pressure is there, he's not giving a strike. Again, going for the long shot, playing far away from the body, playing against the turn, and the ball just spins above. And you can see Karanveer, as soon as he saw the ball above, he knew that his partner was gone, and he was absolutely aghast. No needed, absolutely not required. So 75 for 2 now becomes 75 for 4 in very quick time. And Muslim in his second over have struck for the second time. 75 for 4 for the Austrians in trouble. Or if I say, looking at the target, they're in huge trouble at the moment.
Big, big trouble for Austria. They've lost another wicket, and they are getting into the trouble now because they are chasing a mammoth total, the record target 309 set by Germany. Two big centuries we have seen today, and now the German bowler making it more difficult for Austrian batters. Another cracking of a delivery. Quicker in the air, played it from the back foot, looks very close to the stumps, and with this quicker delivery, end of the over as well. 8 over gone.
75 runs on the board. I think it's not looking too good at the moment for the Australians. They are at number 42 in the ICC T20 International rankings versus Germany at 35. The number of matches, if you see, the Austrians have played actually more matches in Germany. So in terms of experience, they have that burden more. But in terms of progressing in the match, it is the Germans who are actually way ahead. Talking about the head rod is the ball which has been pushed way, way above towards long on. But I don't know how many of these shots will bring in that much needed motivation or the trust for them to go in these numbers. Of course, every droplets in the ocean is required to bring in the shores to a very good affluent number, but they have to keep on going and doing it regularly. So that makes the task very, very difficult for the Austrians. Nothing to take about of how they have started off. So let's see how they can just keep the pressure on the Germans, and then try and come as close as possible to the wicket.
Last ball of the over. Muslim is doing everything fine for the team with the ball. Once again goes for the big shot. He is not holding back in the slot and gone all the way for the maximum. What a way to end the over. 8 over gone. 75 for 4.
Another huge shot, isn't it? That really gives him that much needed impetus onto the score column. So whoever are there near about this venue or across the main important cities here in West Germany, why not you come down to this wonderful ground here at Krefeld? If I have to be very specific, Bayer Werdingen cricket ground here in Krefeld in West Germany. And it's such a nice nestlement of this ground here, isn't it? Greenery, that's what you really generally associate with this wonderful game of cricket going along. We started with test cricket, then you have those 50 overs, the T20, always good to bring on newer nations. And Germany at the moment, as I mentioned before, eyeing for 5-0. It might be delayed a little bit because Austria at the moment are playing some good hammer and tong sixes. Might not be in regular manner for them, but at least they're keeping their ship alive and not allowing it to sink deeper. 92 for 4 for the Austrians.
Well, that was a great shot. I would say shot of the day because it was inside out over cover. That's a maximum and third maximum of the over. And Karanveer moves to 79 from 31 ball, and he's the one man army so far from the Austrian batting lineup. And Mayur, the way he is playing, the way he is picking the bowlers is incredible to watch.
Oh yes, that's why I say he has to play a much more sensible innings here if they have to keep on steadying the ship. Because one more wicket, especially of Karanveer, with due respect to Austrians, it might just be the final nails in the coffin, and then Germany will just feel that the next few wickets might be just smoother for them to travel on the highway. So really important that Karanveer not only keeps on displaying those shots. That could have been dangerous, isn't it? So they go for run number 99. They go for run number 100. So triple figure on the board is up. But the problem is they still have a long way to cover from here on. So So let's see how much they can go. It's not impossible, isn't it, Amit? But the only issue is how much you can coordinate, how much of a partnership, the relationship building exercise that you can do among themselves is a question that needs to be answered.
And also take the game as deep as you can, because 209 required, but the way Karanbir is playing, two great deliveries to end the over from Jatinder.
209 more required of 66 as the ball has been tossed up. Very well played on the front foot. And talking about the number of T20 internationals that has been played, this is international number 3,824. So really outstanding numbers. All kudos to how the International Cricket Council, the ICC, the governing body of cricket, has made some path-breaking rounds. And one of them, Amit, I'm sure you'll agree to it, Italy, isn't it? The way they have played their cricket in the recent ICC T20 World Cup in India has been absolutely phenomenal. The players, and also what about the 10-wicket win versus Nepal, isn't it, in India? Has been really kudos and very, very instrumental in the growth story of how those associate nations, the affiliate nations, have come up and trying to rub shoulders with the greats of the game, like being India, because they are number one, of course, undoubtedly. India, England, Australia. Talking about European nations, you know, as you're talking about Germany, Austria, you have Scotland, you have Ireland, you have Netherlands. They're also playing so well along with England. Of course, they've got that test status. Ireland also, but it's some way to go for these nations, of course. But very much of a good path breaking story as you look at how they go on and play their cricket, isn't it, Amit?
Completely agree with you, Mayur. Cricket is rapidly growing across Europe, and Germany is one of the leading associate nations. We have seen countries like Italy pushing for World Cup qualification, and it's a great thing to see, because when you are rubbing shoulder with the greats of the game, the rest of the teams, the rest of the associate nations will also uh, take the motivation from it. And this time the batter played the shot, not the best of connection, and looks like there's a drop catch, because the reaction from the bowler, or maybe the fielder, didn't bend for the catch. And coming back to the point, as you were saying about the Italy, I mean, it was very interesting to see the story of Italy, the rise of Italy, and when they were rubbing the shoulder with the great of the game. It's good to see that other teams are coming as well. This time, a beautiful shot over the infield and gets a single. Karanveer looks in great touch, moves to 83 in just 36 balls, looking for a big knock here. 10 over gone, 108 for 4 Austria.
Yes, also talking about how the different federations also work. If you for example, if you talk about Germany, they have invested so much on the the much needed infrastructure. We can probably talk about much more because 10 overs have been completed, because here at the combox, me, Mayur Barwa, and Amit have to pave a way for Vansh Chawla and Piyush. Welcome, guys, to the combox.
Thank you so much, Mayur. As we have a look at the scorecard here, Karanbir Singh, 83 of 36. He's playing a sole knock here. 108 runs scored from the Austrians. None of that 83 have been by Karanbir Singh. He's seen 5 partners so far. Mohammad Bilal Zalmai, the opener, got out on 4. Amar Naeem got out on just a single. He was struggling right from the first ball. Arman Randhawa, again, a good bowling lineup from the Germans, as well as Ashraf picked up a couple of wickets. Slim Ashraf has been absolutely brilliant with his figures, 2 for 19 in his 3. Good economy rate as well for him to back up with those wickets. 1 for 43 for Jatinder, who's actually been most expensive bowler for Germany. Good to see a wicket under his name as well. 1 for 26 for Sajid Liaquat, who bowled well with the new ball, I would say. Karanbir Singh stands in the way here, but Still 201 runs to get. They need to go at 20 runs per over, Piyush.
Well, yes, Vansh. 20 runs and over. Well, it's not impossible, but it's almost next to impossible, you would say. Well, thank you so much, Mayur and Amit. They gave away some important views, added some important news about the structure of the European cricket. Well, I would like to add a bit more onto that one. What do you think is the best way to go around for these teams? Because I personally feel that with the associate nations, they are playing only T20 cricket, and then the likes of Scotland and the others also playing only max to max ODI cricket. Well, what do you think about the test status for countries like these?
Well, Piyush, for starters, I think the T20 circuit is very well established as of now for these associate nations to just come in, and with the kind of impact nations like Scotland have made in T20 cricket along with ODI cricket as well. I think the shortest format is the way to go for these associate nations for now. And then they can probably think of moving a step forward with ODI recognition, and then probably Test cricket can come into their chapters as well. But because this format produces such exciting content both for the players and for the viewers out there as well, it's really good for the game for all the spectators who tune in as well in these regions, because cricket is gaining a lot of popularity in Germany, in Austria, and this is one exciting format as we saw 308 runs scored by the German side as well. So that will attract a lot of eyeballs once all the news spreads that 308 runs were scored by the German side, especially on this momentous occasion as well on Labor Day. So I think T20 cricket is the way to go for now, for at least for these associate nations playing in Europe.
Well, definitely T20 cricket is one way, but I personally feel that Test cricket is something that really starts off your career, where you play with the red ball, you get to know more about the game, and then maybe you can develop playing those different kind of shots. As you can see here, meanwhile, Karan Beer plays it down the ground.
Well, absolutely. Not to say the least, we've got two full member nations in Europe, that is England and Wales. Along with that, we've got Ireland as well, who do not play much of Test cricket here as well. That is just the slightest of worries as well, if you can call. But ODI and T20 cricket recognitions have been given to Scotland and Netherlands in Europe, and associate nations like Germany, Austria, Portugal, Italy, even Jersey is one nation that is coming up with a good cricketing infrastructure here in this part of the region here. And it's only going to get better from time to time. Of course, when you've got the likes of magnificent players like Ben Kohler, Cadmore, you've got some good coaching structure being developed in this region as well. So it's only going to get better and better from here, I feel.
Yes, definitely. And a bit of it goes down to the infrastructure as well. Well, once again, Karan Beer plays that one in the air and he's gone. It's gone straight down the throat of the fielder at long off. And Karan Beer, who has done the bulk of the scoring in this innings, departs here, misses out on 100. Well, he had a chance here. He's scored 84 out of the 110 runs that have been scored. And finally, the Germans send him back in the pavilion.
Well, that is much more fuller from Shahid here. Karan Beer, who was looking very, very confident, just spills one up in the air. And a good catch at long off as well by the fielder. And it's really unfortunate to say, but the Austrians just seem to lose their way now with that interruption in play as well. We had the drinks break before this one. That might have just caused a bit of disturbance for the batter as he's now dismissed and back to the pavilion. Karanbir Singh, a good knock comes to an end from him. It's 110 for 5 now.
Well, as we speak about the infrastructure as well, well, most of the times in T20 cricket, you see those big swings of the bat. You don't really see that many technical shots. And that is something that you really learn from Test cricket. And maybe there could be an initiative out there where these associate nations play some Test cricket among themselves, Like maybe instead of playing this 5 T20 bilateral series, they could have maybe added a couple of ODI games as well, maybe one test match as well, maybe a 3 day game, of course, not necessarily 5 day game. As we continue once again outside that off stump, beautifully bowled by Shahid Afridi. First with the bat, scoring some valuable runs, and now with the ball, taking a wicket straight away.
Well, Bashir Khan is the new batter at the crease for Austria. He bowled decently well, I would say, in the middle overs. Went for less number of runs as well. 110 for 5 with the final delivery of the over now being bowled by Shahid Afridi with a slip in place as well.
Well, interesting to have a slip in place to the new batter, and it's right in the block hold. A beautiful delivery to close it out. Excellent over by Shahid Afridi, just the 2 runs coming off it, and that wicket of the opener who scored the 84 runs. It's 110 for 5 now after 11.
They've got another game pushed this one 3:30 p.m. local time here from Crefeld as we see spin continuing. Muslim to continue. That's up in the air. And just fallen short of the fielder as well. 2 for 19, his figures. He's really bowled well. And what has been the most interesting part of his bowling for me, Piyush, has been the fact that he's not been afraid to loop the ball up in the air. He knows that the batsman will try to go for the attacking shots. And that's why he's just given the ball a bit of air because there's practically no assistance from the surface as well. So that's a good ploy that he's opted for in this match.
Yes, definitely Vansh, because you know the batters are going to go after you, and maybe just one mistimed shot and you get your wickets. He's got a couple of them, not really offering much pace either to the batters, which is making it more difficult for them to connect those shots.
Well, that's in the slot. He's hit that one on the onside now. It should be just a single, not getting anywhere near the middle of the bat. In fact, it has gone into the gap for a boundary though. 6 runs of the first 3 balls of this over. Finally, some relief for Irfan as he gets his first boundary.
Well, yes, that is what the shorter boundaries do. Not quite off the middle, but still getting that boundary. Well, the Austrian batting card has really struggled apart from Karanbir, who has done the bulk of the scoring out here, scoring 84 out of these 116 runs. And other than that, it's been a very sorry looking batting card for them. This time, just cut away by Irfan for a single, bringing Basir back on strike. Muslim is into his final over. How would he love to add to his tally? He's got a couple of wickets already. Once again, nicely driven on the offside for another single.
Well, these singles
So
and
now one
doubles
more
won't really hurt the German side, of course. What will hurt them is sixes, and what will hurt them more is sixes consistently as well, which is currently not happening as the ball is only being hit to one part or the other for singles and doubles. End of the over. Once again, it's 119 for 5 after 12.
Well, it seems like the Austrians have now said it's not going to happen. No point smacking the ball around. Try and get some experience, some valuable experience, trying to stick around the crease, Irfan and Basir. And, well, they have accepted that they have lost this first game and would be wanting to straight away looking at the second T20I, which will be played this afternoon itself.
Well, absolutely. 190 runs in 8 overs is not an easy task at all, especially when you've lost 5 wickets. Wanted to know more about the kind of mindset they came into this run chase with because it was very demoralizing for them to be hit for 308 runs, the highest ever T20I total in European cricket ever. And so history has been made at Crefeld today, and we're fortunate enough to be a part of history today, along with all the viewers who have tuned in. And we request all viewers from the regions of Cologne, Bonn, and even the neighboring areas of even Amsterdam to come and tune into these stadiums. It's going to be an absolute delight for you to see all of these matches in play as well. This time a short delivery, and he's just hit that one on the onside. It will be given as a boundary because the ball has crossed the boundary line as well. A good shot from Irfan there once again.
Well, definitely history has been made. Highest European total in any T20 game, but also the international record broken for the highest partnership, 238. They will be right up there with an appeal for us. Leg before wicket has been given. What would you say about that one?
Well, I think it was crashing onto the leg stump. It's a very, very good delivery, a smart bowling option from Shahid Afridi. He's just bowled much more fuller. Of course, the previous delivery was a bit shorter, and then he went for the fuller one. It was crashing onto the leg stump. Unfortunate for Bashir, but he has to make way once again. It's 124 for 6 now as Shahid Afridi gets his second.
Well, a very good delivery. Slightly slower through the air than the previous one, and he was just too early into that shot. First came the bat swing and then the ball, and the ball going on to hit the pads. An easy decision in the end for the umpire, Vinay Malhotra. So six gone for Austria. Just 4 wickets left, and the Germans would be wanting to try and bowl them out here.
Well, absolutely, Piyush. That is going to be the aim for the German side as well, for sure. They've got 4 wicket-taking bowlers in their 11 now. Just 4 wickets to go as Kumud Jah comes on to the field. He will face the bowling of Shahid Afridi, who's bowled particularly well. Figures of 2 for 7 in this game. It's an absolute treat, isn't it?
Oh yes, definitely. And he's got another one. Wow, what a delivery that was! A toe crusher. It's gone right through onto the off stump. A perfect Yorker and 2 and 2 for Shahid Afridi. And Kumud departs here for a golden duck. And the Austrians lose their seventh.
Well, that is one of the sides that a bowler really eagerly dreams for, isn't it? Off stump, going for a walk. Brilliant, brilliant bowling from Shahid Afridi. And he now finds himself on a hat trick. Back to back wickets for him. First with the LBW, and now with the Yorker. A perfect Yorker as well to Kumaja as he gets 2 wickets in 2 balls now. And I won't be surprised if he gets in a couple of extra fielders into the ring for the new batter just to promote the bowler to get a hat trick on this occasion. But really, the worries are continuing for the Austrian side here, Piyush.
Well, yes, definitely. And it was always going to be a tall task, wasn't it? Trying to chase down 309, it would have been a record chase. But meanwhile, we might see something special from Shahid Afridi. He is on a hat trick coming up against the new batter. Can he do the magic here? Here we go. Hat trick ball. Shahid Afridi. And he's bowled the Yorker once again, almost below the bat. And he's gutted with himself in the end. A big smile on his face. Just tells you all the story, doesn't it?
Well, he was absolutely on the money there, Piyush. Just the batsman kind of predicted that it was going to be a Yorker, and that's why he could just dig that one out. But in the end, a really, really good bowling effort from Shahid Afridi as he comes in to bowl the final delivery of his second again.
And that's a wayward delivery, a wide down the leg. It's an excellent piece of wicket keeping. He's done really well to get across towards his left. And he's getting those high fives from his compatriot as well. Because that would have run away for a boundary quite comfortably. Saving 4 runs for his side and for Shahid Afridi as well, because that would have spoiled his figures.
Absolutely, Umair Tariq is the new batter who's come into bat. He bowled quite decently as well in the first innings, given the fact that the other bowlers didn't enjoy much.
And there he goes once again, hitting the top of off this time, where he won't quite get a hat trick, but he will get a third wicket of the over of the next legitimate delivery. That's wicket number 4 for Shahid Afridi. Another man gone for a duck, Umer Tariq this time. And the Austrians Struggling, big trouble. 125 for 8.
Well, well, well. That's how quickly this game is about to end now. 125 for 8 in 13 overs. 4 wickets for Shahid Afridi, 4 for 8 in his 2 overs now. Let's have a look at the replay once again. There was a slip in play, especially for Shahid Afridi, and there you go. Top of off. Most bowlers dream to bowl that delivery, especially in T20Is. And he's just proved that he can do it over and over again. Can Shahid Afridi. 4 wickets for him, 4 for 8. Apart from him, Muslim Ashraf has been good, 2 for 28 for him as well. A wicket each for Sajid Liaquat and Jatinder Vashist on the cards as well. Looks like Piyush, there's going to be time for spin now.
Well, yes, why not continue with spin? Just a couple of more wickets left. New man comes in, Irfan on strike now.
Well, that's up in the air. He might get a wicket of his first delivery. Easy catch for the keeper. I'm afraid there's a derailment here of the Austrian innings. 5 wickets have now fallen in the last 12 deliveries. 4 wickets in the last 6 deliveries as well. 125 for the loss of 9 wickets now. And Piyush, this might just get over in this over itself.
So now just one more wicket away are the Germans to start off this bilateral series with a victory.
And a good catch by the wicketkeeper Sachin Mandi. Gulam, the bowler, taking a wicket on the first ball. We're waiting for the last man to walk out to the pitch as well. 4 for 8. That is how spectacular those figures from Shahid Afridi are. But who will the man of the match be for this one? There have been a couple of centuries from two really talented batters. Shahid Afridi has got 4 for 8 and a quick cameo to add to his account as well. Slip comes in as the Germans look to wrap things up pretty quickly here. Zishan is the last man who's on strike as well. Well, that is upish. Just goes over the covers fielder as well.
Well, a bit of an excitement in Gulam, isn't it? He wants to finish this off quickly. He wants to take another wicket here.
Well, absolutely. He just wants to get things done quickly. They've got another match for all the viewers who've tuned in for the live telecast of this international bilateral series. Austria is touring Germany in this 5 match T20I series as well. Double header today and tomorrow. Of course, we'll have one game to be played day after. Here comes Gulam bowling to Muhammad now. Looks to go for the wild swing. He's hit that one out of the middle. How far has it gone? It has gone all the way. Brilliant batting. First ball 6 for Mohammad Zalmai here. Just a touch shorter from the bowler. And he just pounces on that opportunity to get the maximum as well.
Well, a brilliant strike, wasn't it? It came right off the middle of the bat once again, and just in the swinging arc, a cross-barrel shot going all the way, and Gulam, the culprit this time to give away that 6, missing his length slightly. How often do you see the number 10 and 11 batting out there, and number 10 just smacking the ball out of the ground? Well, still halfway to go in this over. And he's gone for it again. He's got a sweet connection. Has he found the distance? Yes, he has. Back to back sixes for Mohammad. Where has this one come from?
Well, it was bowled right into the slot from Gulam there once again, presenting the batter with the opportunity. Well, it's fair for the bowler as well, isn't it, Piyush? Because he's looking to pick up the wicket and he's inviting the batsman to go for those big shots. But at the moment, Mohammad is connecting it well.
Yeah, he's certainly enjoying himself out there. And he seems to be like a man on a mission. Another big swing, this time a thick inside edge. And they are coming back with the second. Well, no one out there on that leg side behind square. So an easy double. The short third fielder getting across to collect the ball. Had a long way to get across. Well, he will retain the strike, Will Mohammed. He's got one more delivery now up against Gulam. And
Well,
you
one
won't
of
be
the
surprised if he swings again.
one of the main things here for Zishan now will be the fact that he should be able to give Muhammad as much of strike as possible so that he gets enough match practice for the next one, especially given the fact that 6 overs are remaining in this contest. Shouldn't be looking to waste any of those deliveries.
Well, once again behind square on that leg side. The deep square leg fielder, he is getting across and he does well to stop it. Another double for Mohammed. Well, a decent over in the end for the Austrians, but then 9 down. At the end of the 14 now, it's 142 for 9.
Good running between the wickets there once again. Muhammad 16 of 4 now. Let's have a talk about the innings from the two openers from Germany today as well. They've created history as Ben Cadmo became the fourth fastest individual to score a century, and just 15 minutes before him, Musaddiq Ahmed became the third fastest international 100 centurion as well. 11 boundaries from Musaddiq Ahmed, 17 boundaries from Ben Cadmo, 28 boundaries in total, and 16 sixes amongst them as well. That is the quality that we saw on display today. And that is clearly taking a very, very deep toe on the Austrian side as well, as they failed to make this run chase an exciting one. Here comes Shahid Afridi looking to finish things off. Starts off with a Yorker. Piyush, a very, very good ploy to get back Shahid Afridi into the innings because they just want him to get the fifer and they want to get things ended quite soon as well.
Well, definitely. How often do we see a 5 wicket haul in a T20 match? And this is really an opportunity for Shahid Afridi. Outstanding figures 4 for 8, giving away runs in single digits as well. Can he make it 5 for 8?
This time bowls the fuller delivery. You can kind of predict what he's trying to do here. He's just trying to angle the ball back in, trying to get some swing, which is not existent at the moment. You got some swing in the first couple of overs, but then after that, we really haven't seen the ball swing anywhere, but we've only seen those bats swing, and especially in the first innings where the ball was just traveling to all parts of the ground and over it as well.
Definitely, the new ball, it gets old pretty soon in matches like these. Straight away, the batter just smashing the ball around and it takes away a lot of the ball, doesn't it?
That's been flicked on the onside, trying for the Yorker yet again. He's tried three fuller length deliveries and he's missed out on this one actually, as it turned out to be a full toss. But good for the Austrian side if they can just get some match practice in and get a few moments of confidence before their next T20I, which is starting in just about 2 hours from now.
Well, yes, definitely. But not sure if these two will be batting once again. Well, they might have the need to bat once again, but they would be hoping that these two won't have the need to bat again in that second game. Meanwhile, Shahid Afridi, he would feel himself that he's slightly lucky because even slightly more higher, that could have been given as a no ball, a beamer in the end. Nonetheless, he gets away with it. Well, once again, that slower Yorker, and it's been pushed nicely down the ground by Zishan towards the mid-on fielder.
Tried for the slower ball. This time has Shahid Afridi. 4 for 10. But Piyush, a word on those innings that we saw today as well. We've really seen history witnessed in front of us. And all of the viewers who've tuned in might have just been very, very shocked by the fact that we saw a 208 run opening partnership, which is, I'm assuming, the highest ever opening partnership in T20Is.
And what a good shot that is, meanwhile, by Mohammed. And an excellent stop by the fielder at third man. He won't quite get the boundary, but nicely cut away well, as you mentioned. Yes, the highest T20I partnership, and 238. It will take some beating for someone for a couple of batters to get that. Both the openers getting a century, and this is something that really was not expected of this series, right in the first game itself.
Absolutely, the spirits have been high right from the first game, and we only expect the intensity to get higher from the second one as well.
Well, once again, a thick outside edge towards the third man region. Once again, stopped, won't quite go away to the fence. Well, that is now the end of the 15th. The score at 146 for 9, 163 more required of the last 5 overs. And once again, we will have a change in the commentary box. We have Mayur and Amit joining us back again.
Thank you, Piyush and Buns. Beautiful display from the German bowler. 9 wickets they have taken, and what a spell from Shahid. Got 4 wicket, given only 12 runs. It's been economical and dangerous as well for Austrian batters. Bowled 3 overs so far, and 163 required from 30 ball. Looks like not going to happen because just a wicket away for the victory here for Germany. And alongside me is Mayur. Most welcome, Mayur.
Well, thank you so much, Amit. And also thank you to the outgoing commentators, Piyush and Van Chawla. Look at what stage they have made us perform as commentators. They might just get a wicket. Is it all done and dusted? No. This hope is still there. The batters are still grounded. He is disappointed. He is disappointed. Just one ball it has taken to take a changeover in the com box. And here is Australia 146 all out, which means it is a straight 5-0 victory leading up from the previous matches. And it's been such a nice matchup with all those records tumbling. It's a massive 162 run win for Germany. Initially, all were while they were chasing, but now they have won by defending a huge score in 100 in their allotted 20 overs. So they'll be very happy with this. This will always give that much needed push for them to take their things ahead in this European T20 International, the bilateral series that they're playing. And also, a massive congratulations to the way this has started. Because this has been organized under the German Cricket Federation, also known as the Deutscher Cricket Bund. So there is one more match to be played in 1.5 hours time from here on at this very venue at the Bayer Waringen cricket ground in Kerfeld. Yes, that's the official confirmation underneath your screen. Germany winning by a resounding margin of 162 runs versus Austria. So they'll be carrying on the flame of this huge win in the second match that I've mentioned that will be unfolding very soon in front of your eyes. But a very very good win, isn't it, to try and see for Austria if they can make it 1-1 today. But it's not going to be easy, isn't it, Amit?
You rightly said it's a very strong and commanding victory for Germany. Austria, who won the toss, elected to bowl first, beg your pardon, and then invited Germany to bat first, but they came very handy. They set the big target, the mammoth total. They broke the record, and it was never easy for Austrian batters in front of German bowler. And Germany won by 162 run. That's a very big margin, and that's a wonderful victory in the opening encounter between Germany and Austria. So this is a 5 matches T20I series and a confident victory for Germany, and Austria will definitely try to look back and will check what's gone wrong for them. But in this game, we have seen lots of drop catches as well. But this is the batting card of Austria. Karanbir Singh, the sole warrior, 84 of 39, and then the rest of the batters went cheaply. Mohammad Bilal gone for 4, Amar Naeem scored just a single. Arman Randhava scored 8. Jisan Arif went out on duck. Irfan Sefi scored 15. Wasir Khan scored 6. Kumud Jha, Umar Tariq both bent on duck. And that's how this is the bowling card, Mayur. Sajid Liaquat got a wicket there. Noruddin, wicket less, but given 20 runs. Jatinder Vasist has got a wicket as well. Muslim Ashraf, uh, great numbers, 2 wickets for him. 7 is the economy. And Syed Afridi picks up 4 wicket haul. 3 overs he bowled, given 12 run, very economical, and takes wicket as well. And Gulam as well got couple of wicket. This is the match summary. German invited to bat and they scored mammoth total 308 for one. Two big centuries. Ben Kohler scored 133 not out in 58 balls. Musaddiq Ahmed scored 122 from 48. Sahid Afridi scored 34 not out in 14 balls. And then we have seen beautiful bowling display from Germany. But on the other side, it's Austria bowler as well. Umar Tariq got a wicket, and other bowlers are wicketless in this game. Austrian batter Karanbir Singh was the sole warrior. It scored 84 runs in 39 balls. That's a summary. And official confirmation is Germany won by 162 runs.